Welcome everybody to another business Q&A while we play League of Legends, answer your entrepreneurial questions. We're already getting up into Champ Select, which is exciting. I am support J-Rise's ADC, and we're going to try to get some more Timo Heimer. We lost the last game, so we got to start a new streak. So we'll see how that goes. We're already getting up in... Oh. I'm hearing you through the phone there, Rishi. There we go. And I've got my usual co-host, Rishi CapTV. Welcome back, Rishi.
Hey, Evan. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday in the house.
It's Friday. I have a love-hate relationship with Friday.
I knew you would. Tell us about it.
Well, I just love my work.
I know.
It's like it's the end of, like, I need to fight for work time on the weekend as well as fight for everything else that I'm doing on the weekend. So I like being able to have my entire day of work. I love my work. So anyway, we've got J-Rise in the house. Jay, what's up?
Yo, yo.
So we're going to get into our game soon. Rishi, what's in the cup today?
I've got my regular Spanish coffee, but I should tell you all that I am trying coconut sugar today. And it's okay. It's just, it looks like I've put sticks in my coffee. That's a little disturbing.
Now,
but
is the coconut sugar more, like less calories, so you can do 2 cups of coffee a day? Is this part of the experiment? Or no?
I don't think so, Evan. Honestly, all these different kinds of sugar, they're still sugar at the end of the day.
What if you put half of the sugar? Like, you can't do half a sugar?
No, I can't, Evan. I just,
It's not, eh? It's not.
I do sometimes. And if it's a very high-end cup of coffee, I can do that because the quality of the coffee is so good. It makes up for the lack of sweetener.
So it's just about increasing standards.
Oh, boy.
I like it.
Would that be my metaphoric cup of higher standards?
All I'm saying is coffee, you know. You can take it however you want to take it. I'm just saying with coffee.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, well, what's the cup of, like, what's our message of the day?
My message of the day, Evan, is actually a meme quote.
Okay.
I love it. It's Friday. We're getting ready for the weekend, even though Evan is not. But my quote is, I love sleep. Cup of I love sleep because it's like a time machine to breakfast.
Oh, wow. Okay, good. I like that. Who said that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just okay, random. Anonymous.
It's a meme.
All right, I like it. Well, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in front of me. Let me quickly share everything I have in front of me because it's kind of nuts. You don't see it on stream, so I got to bring it in. I have my peach tranquility tea that J-Rise brought me, which I love from Starbucks. I have my
nice
green smoothie that I need to drink that Nina made. That's good. I have my big cup of water. I have my protein thing I need to drink. And then a big cup of nettle tea, which J-Rise also got me. And some organic honey is in there. And then we're short on lentils today, so my breakfast consists of, there we go, 2 hard-boiled eggs. The previously mentioned on the other stream, celery with peanuts, peanut butter, and then a bunch of almonds, and this is an almond walnut mix, but I don't like walnuts, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. And almond, anyway, so it's like it's chaos here. It's all stuff that I need to consume. So I'm excited. So we're in game already. This is crazy. Here we didn't even get to our first question. We're in game. I am Timo support.
Okay.
J-Rise is Heimer ADC, so our experiment continues. And we'll see how we do. Why don't we hit up, what's our first question? Let's do it.
All right, and Evan, you definitely should have a video just for your breakfast routine because that's pretty intense. All of those cups and things near your computer. So that would be a cool video.
It's not usually that intense on the food side. It's usually just a bowl of lentils. But with the lentils being missing, it's become a little crazier today. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, we should
Okay.
we should shout out the chat before we get to our first question.
Absolutely. You want to do it or shall I?
I can't see right now. I'm playing, so.
Oh, okay. So we've got Rise Online in the house and also playing at your house. And we've got Zeno, we've got Jen So Much, Damasta, and it looks like that's everyone. Happy you guys are here. Thanks for joining us.
I love it.
Okay. So our first question today comes from Jay Smith. And Jay Smith is making a comment from a video that was called Stolen Ideas, How to Prevent Big Companies from Stealing Your Ideas.
Okay.
And he says, what if it's a cosmetic brand? So, yeah, it's an interesting question. I'm not familiar with this particular video. I'd have to go back and watch it, but I'm wondering why Jay feels like a cosmetic brand would be unique from another business in terms of ideas being stolen. I would imagine that the same principles would apply. Evan, do you have any thoughts on that one? Cosmetics and why?
That was the only part of the question? What if it's a cosmetics brand?
Yeah, what if it's a cosmetics brand? It's in regards to preventing big companies from stealing your ideas.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. Most of the stuff on the channel doesn't really make a huge difference, to be honest. You know, like, you should be able to find, even in watching the top 10 videos or any of those success stories, just because you're not a singer doesn't mean you can't learn from a successful singer. The lessons are still applicable. At least the ones that I share. It's not talking about how to hit a certain note, but all the lessons that we share, you can learn from. But for stolen ideas, if you have it protected, right? If you have the patent for it, great. If you don't, then people are going to try to find a way around it. Like, when you're dealing with a big company, they want to, if you come to them with an idea, what they want to do is not pay you for it. That's what a big company wants to do. They don't want to have to pay you for it. So they're going to look for a way to do it themselves. They're going to look for a way around whatever intellectual property you have and find a way to just do it themselves. Now, if they can't, because you have the patent, you have the right protection, then you're fine. You know, then they have to find a way to work with you. A lot of times, though, people won't release the exact formula. Like Coca-Cola never releases their formula. They don't have a patent on the formula for Coca-Cola because the patent runs out, and you have to, when you make a patent, you have to release exactly how you've done it. So a lot of those kinds of things, like if you look at Cheerios or any of those mixes, they won't have a patent on it, but they also don't say exactly how that recipe is created. So that's what I would be looking at. I don't think you have like if somebody steals your idea, the only thing you can do is sue them, and you may not want to go out and sue a huge company. We got Olaf here, Jay. Yeah. So whether it's cosmetics or whether it's anything else where you're like mixing and matching ingredients together, all the same rules apply.
Great. Looks like we're in the game.
Team is winning barely.
It's happening.
2-1. We have a hard lane that I feel like they should be doing better than us, but they're not.
Totally true.
Right?
Yeah.
They should be destroying
They
us.
should,
Just
yeah.
in terms of the matchups. Oh, I went way too far. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I went way too far. I'm not gonna die. Jay might die. Jay, don't die. Come back. No! Jay tried to save me. I went way too far. It was my bad. It was my bad. It was my bad. Oh, Jay died. It was my bad. It's my bad. Sorry, Jay.
Right when we were trash talking.
Bad times.
I know, right? We were trash talking about how bad they were doing. And then I made a terrible play. It was really bad. I don't know what I was doing.
Trying to save you.
So
All
funny.
right. Well, yes. So team is now losing. But
Aww.
confidence in our late game abilities. Let's see how we do.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Monica says, "Hi. What is the ideal way to find how other competitors are pricing?"
Okay.
All right, Monica, thank you for the question. My thoughts would just be, I know a lot of I don't know if you want more of the specific ins and outs of this, but I mean, a lot of the pricing information for any company is available on their website. So definitely, if you haven't already started there, I would start there. I don't have much more than that, Evan.
Yeah, most pricing is, I don't know what industry she's in. Most pricing, if you just research the industry, I think a lot of times for most industries, any pricing report is going to be outdated pretty quickly and maybe not the best use. So just going to the website or going to trade shows and seeing what's happening in the market, I think is going to be your best bet. One thing I would think about is I want you to be different. I would be looking at, whoa, we're taking her ass. Not just looking at, not just competing on price, but figuring out what's special and unique, and like having a price comparison to understand where people are at is great, and then understand that your value hopefully is higher, or to a certain market is going to be higher. Just so that you're not just doing the same things as everybody else. I think it's important. But yeah, just going to trade shows, looking at their websites. Even as you're talking to potential customers, have they thought about using somebody else to solve this problem? And who, so you can go look them up. When I look at so I have two businesses that I'm running, pretty actively at the moment. One is the salsa business, which is a competitive, industry. There's other people who have salsa classes. I compare myself more to the entertainment dollar there. So I care more about what the price of a movie ticket is than what the price of my competitors are, because I understand that that's my real competition. People who are taking a salsa class really want to do something fun and different. It's entertainment more than anything else at the start. What a price of a movie ticket is a much better comparison for me. And then the other one is like my business, and when I work with corporate clients, I don't care at all what other people in my industry are doing. It's just really more a function of demand and supply, where I have certain amounts of times to be able to do things, right? Like if I'm working with a client, I'll only do one thing maximum per week. And when that starts to get filled up, I start charging more. So as my time fills up, I start increasing my prices. So two totally different businesses, but that's how I go about doing it. And if you don't have direct competitors, then look at what is the closest. Like if there was nobody else teaching salsa, well, people are still going to go out and want to watch a movie, and they're still going to want to go out and do these other entertainment dollar things. So that's.
Yikes.
Oh, you okay? You're okay. So there's always competition. Even if there's no direct competition, it's where are people spending those dollars, and then looking at how much those related activities are.
And is it important to be asking this question, like, is this where an entrepreneur should start? Or do you think they should focus on, I mean, is it the wrong foot to start out when you're just taking a lot of time to figure out your competitors' pricings and whatnot, or is that just kind of the wise thing to do?
We got into a massive fight, and Jay and I both died, and I got a kill, like 2 for 1 there, and I totally missed your question. That's the truth.
No, that's okay, and I don't think it's actually a good question right now, because I think I'm answering it for myself. But yeah, we just had a big conversation on Wednesday, I think it was, about, you know, dealing with the competition and how the greater approach is thinking through, you know, but I don't think it applies here, because this is really about just some of the practical pricing issues that I think every entrepreneur has to deal with.
Okay.
Alrighty, next question comes from Camille, and Camille says, "Hi Evan, thank you for this. I believe I'm in a stage now where I believe I have a great idea. A lot of people also think it would work. However, I find it difficult to get properly started and going. I get really passionate in the thinking process. I enjoy the execution, but whenever I get distracted, I find it difficult to come back to. Not sure if it's because of lack of discipline, consistent passion, or if the comfort of my current full-time corporate job is telling me to stop trying so hard. Should I abandon the idea altogether and wait for something I'll be persistent with, or should I work on my habits and work ethic? Or should I work on my habits and work ethic and force the idea into life?" All right. I like this question because I think it really is something that a lot of people can relate to. You have an idea, but you don't get to it for whatever reason. You know, you have another job, or you don't feel like you're, you know, other things come and distract you from getting to it. In particular, like with my channel, one of the things that I realized, and this might apply, is that like I had the idea for what I'm doing on Rishi Cup TV, I think like 2-3 years before I even started it. And I just didn't really know how to start. YouTube was not on my mind. I actually was thinking about starting like a blog or something, you know. And anyway, there comes a time when it's never really convenient to do it. You just have to start. And what you'll find too is that once you start, the idea kind of takes a life of its own. And what I mean by that is Rishi Cup TV was good music, good food, good talk 3 years ago before I started YouTube. By the time I actually started on YouTube, I'm realizing now the good music, good food, good talk evolved and changed. Because when you start executing on your idea, things just kind of start to transform. I think it's the same with Evan. You know, it was just entrepreneurs, and now his idea is transcending on, and you know, entrepreneurship. So I think that you just need to start. and if you find once you start that you don't like it enough, you can always stop. But if it just stays in the idea stage of your head and mind, you know, you'll never know until you just start doing something.
For me, I agree. I think a lot of people don't do it. I think a lot of people do hold themselves back. Can we get something? There's a shroom. Oh, how did he get over that shroom? Oh man, that's crazy. Anyway, I would really try to figure out, is it because you're not passionate about it, or because you're afraid of something and you have a limiting belief? When you really want
She says
something...
she gets...
What's that?
She says she gets really passionate in the thinking process.
Right, but so the
She
doing,
enjoys
the execution, right? Like, is it that you are just, like you need a partner, you need a business partner who can do some of these things for you, and you're just going to focus on coming up with new ideas? Like, do you have enough of the skills yourself to do it? Are you, do you want to do that? Like, look at the other areas in your life. Have you gone out and done stuff? Have you taken action, or are you just always dreaming? So it's either that you don't love the idea enough to go out and execute against it, or you're afraid and you're holding yourself back. Right? Like, it's easy to... So, for example, if you really fear what other people think of you, if that's one of your limiting beliefs, you really care what other people think of you, then come up with an idea is great. It's fun. You're in your room by yourself, at home, at coffee shops, whatever. It's a solitary exercise coming up with these ideas. But then when you have to go out and do it, now you're going to be on the public stage. You're going to be, in front of people. There's a lot more at stake now, and because you're going to be so public, maybe you don't do it. Maybe you hold yourself back now because it's really your fear. Ooh,
Where's the arrow?
I got you. These guys are not great, man. Don't trash talk them. Don't trash talk them. We're gonna die again.
We're losing to the not great guy.
Well, I don't know about that. So having the understanding and awareness to know what the reason is, right? And I don't know just by, I don't know you, so I can't say. Oh, they got cleaned up here. Our team died, so I gotta save that. See what I can do here. And what I try to look at is this a consistent pattern for you? Like, do you start and stop and start and stop, and does it feel like you really love it and you really regret it? Like, I really wish that I did more, and why aren't you? So it's one of those two things. It may be that the idea is wrong, that you're just not passionate enough about it. It may be that you need to have somebody help you, to round out your skill sets and what you're interested in doing. Or maybe just that you're afraid and it's time to grow. So a little more self-analysis, self-awareness to figure it out, and you'll be on your way.
Yep, great advice. Alrighty. How's everybody doing in the live chat? We got just a shout out to Abler Camp, and he's just sharing some appreciation. He says he loves listening to the stream while he's at his job. That's cool.
I love that.
Yeah, okay, let's get to the next question. Andrew says, when hiring that first person, this was one of your videos, Evan, about hiring. So when hiring that first person, did you look online for someone to work for 1 hour per day, or did you use someone locally for assistance? Example, Craigslist, Elance. My biggest fear of hiring is not hiring anyone, if that makes sense.
All right.
Thanks, Evan. #Believe.
Nice.
That's definitely direct question to you, Evan, about your hiring process.
Yeah, the first guy I hired was somebody local, somebody that I knew. I didn't know very well, but I knew. I needed help with database work, and he was a database guy, and he was able to help me do some of the work that I was doing super manually, and he just knew how to do it much better than I did. So yeah, the first guy was Oh, nice fight. First guy was local, but at the time too, I wasn't aware of online options. I don't even know if Elance and what was the other one at the time, Freelancer.com, or I don't know if those guys were even around, or if they did, they didn't have a big place, and if they did, I didn't even know about them. So,
Okay.
I would I have gone online? Now I would definitely go online. I had a lot of the fears that I think a lot of people have when they hire, like, oh, I can't see them in my office, you know, I don't know if they're working hard, all of that stuff. Where I used to think like I was always going to have an office and people are always going to work with me. So yeah, so it means the short answer is yes, I hired somebody local, but if I was doing it again now, 2016, I would hire somebody online. Unless I knew the perfect person locally, but if I didn't have the connections, I would do it online.
Yeah, I think too people would have a lot of fear around hiring remotely, and you seem to have had, you seem like you've been able to do that. So do you say to people, yeah, don't be too afraid to try the remote hiring process?
I've done a couple videos on how the hiring process I think is broken. I think people focus on the wrong things, whether that's online or offline, by the way. So yeah, I think there's a lot of fears, and there are some, legit fears too. And also thinking about how you want to run a company and what your vision is. Like I also thought I wanted to have an office. Like I envisioned a team where we're all working together and we show up every day, and the camaraderie, and that was my vision when I first started the business. But then my team wanted to move away. It sounds really bad how I said it, but just like they wanted to move away for, like they wanted to explore and travel and do other things, but still work for me. Right? I was in my mid-20s, I guess. Mid-20s? 19. Yeah, probably mid-20s when I started doing that stuff. Early to mid-20s. And I was the oldest person in my company. Everybody else was younger. All right, we got tower. You gonna split? I'll split now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get dragon. So I was the old guy in the business. And everybody kind of wanted to go off and do their own thing and see the world, and how the kids are, how the kids are these days, them kids.
Your misfit kids.
How the kids are. So no, it was a really tough decision. Like, do I let them continue to work for me, or do I just go find somebody else? And I loved, they were doing a good job. They're doing good work. And so I decided that I would let them keep doing it. I would test it out as an experiment. And it was a combination of the fear that I don't know what's going to happen. These guys are, I can't control them anymore. I can't see. And I think having had them in the office gave me more comfort. Like, I know these guys, they're hard workers. It's not some random person. And then too, my vision of what I wanted to do, and this was kind of, it seemed like it was against it. So yeah, but I would if I were doing it again, I would hire on Upwork. I love Upwork.
Yeah, great.
Good luck.
Yes, good luck. And I have a great question in the chat, actually, from Damasa. And Damasa says, Evan, does Evan have any revelations, thoughts on the non-notification experiment this week? Does Evan have any feedback, revelations, thoughts on the non-notification experiment this week?
So this is something I've been testing. I think I said it on the gratitude stream yesterday, where I'm only experiencing sending one notification per day out to people, and also most of the live streams happen on a separate channel as opposed to the main channel. And so far, all the metrics have been positive. Subscribers are up, views are up. I haven't looked at engagement. What ends up happening is that some of the videos that we put up, the ones without notifications, they don't do as well, obviously, because they're not getting notified. Whoa, that was crazy, Oriana. What the heck? It's powerful. But it's compensated by more views on the videos that we are putting up. And then the theory was, if people are coming back and watching these main videos that I'm highlighting, then on the right side, the other videos will show up, and people will click on those and then want to watch those. And so far, it seems to be working. It's early days, so I'm not sure I would recommend it as a strategy. Not that anybody else is really producing as much content to be able to replicate the strategy. Like, most people aren't even producing one video a day. So if anybody's looking to kind of copy it, I would say any video you're putting up, you want to obviously be proud of, but then put notifications on. It's only if you're getting to the place where you're doing multiple videos per day that it might be worth doing something different. So far so good. I'm surprised, but it was worth an experiment to test. I don't know if I want to answer Damasta questions if I don't know who Damasta is.
I'm sick of the mysteries. New future builders. Justin. It's Justin.
Justin. All right. Good. Okay. Welcome aboard, Justin. J-Rise broke the secret. There we go. I like it. Thank you, Justin. Great question.
Oh, okay. All right. So the next question is coming from, oh, and just so you know, we actually didn't realize this, that the last question that we answered previously is, he's in the live chat today, and so he's appreciative that you answered his question. He says, thank you so much.
All right, cool.
That's super cool. All right, next question is coming from Chris. Chris says, what do you do if you're not good at anything? What do you do if you're not good at anything? All right. So when I got this question, you know, I really, the automatic jump-in response for someone like me who likes to encourage is, you know, everybody's good at something, and you know, just kind of like be positive and encourage. But for someone who feels like they're not good at anything, I'm kind of, I would say you'd have to have gone through a lot of different things to get to the point where you believe that you're not good at anything. And so I guess I want to kind of empathize with that a little bit, because if you feel like you're not good at anything, then you must have had a bunch of experiences where you felt like you just failed or didn't, didn't rise to the occasion in that. I think the best steps to take if you're in that situation is not go about it from a place of performance. And what I mean by that is, you guys have heard me kind of talk a little bit and rant a little bit about education and how, like, you can go into a school setting and leave feeling like you're not intelligent because you just don't do well in that particular system, or maybe you know, who knows what the reason can be. So let's say you get bad grades, and you decide, oh, I'm not good at school, or I'm not good at writing, or I'm not good at reading. And it's not true. You just, whatever teacher or class setting didn't work for the kind of person that you are. So instead of approaching it from a performance level, like what were the grades or how did I perform at this task or that task, I would take away the measurement of performance as your way of judging being good at something, and think about what do you love and what makes you come alive. Because I think if you take away the pressure of, oh, I'm not good at this or that, and just focus on what do I love to do, what makes me come alive, I think it'll be a really good step toward discovering where you're going to excel. Because we're all a genius level talent at something. How does that quote finish, Evan?
I don't know.
Comes with doing what you love. Comes with doing what you love.
Okay.
We're all a genius level talent. That's your quote, Evan.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I say a lot of stuff. I like it.
So,
Yeah,
Evan,
that's a good quote. I like that. Okay, well, that's
Yeah,
why I said it.
Yeah, Evan says it a lot. We're all a genius level talent at something, but it comes with finding what you love. So start there.
I think the biggest issue to address is the mindset of anything else, and just understanding that to get good at something, it's just a matter of putting in work. You had to have experienced that at some point in your life, right? Whether it's learning a skill, learning a language, learning how to use YouTube, learning, how to use a fork. Like you had to learn how to do a lot of stuff, and it just comes with practice. And so if you want to get good at anything, it's just going to come with practicing. And that awareness can hopefully help with some of the self-doubt, some of the negative talk that's going on within your head. Because yes, it's true. You have to be good at something, and you can get good at something as well just by putting in more work. But for me, it's just the mindset of knowing that I could get great at anything if I just put in the work. I don't necessarily want to put in the work at a lot of things, right? Just it has to be something that fulfills me, is it's aligned with my mission of what I want to do and get better at. But I could go out and get pretty good at a lot of different things if I applied myself to. And so adopting that mindset, I feel, really helps. And I think that's the biggest thing that's holding our friend back here.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I got.
Okay. Any updates on the game you want to share?
It's a close game. I'm starting to get a little bit of strength, so I'm trying to push down their base. I might actually just get tower. This is pretty good. Come on, go Timo, go! Go Timo, go! Timo gets tower! Woo! Yeah, so game is going actually pretty decently. I'm under attack now. But it's close. It's close. No winners yet. Too soon to tell. How are you feeling, Jay?
Annoyed.
Jay is annoyed. Well, that's not great.
I'm still playing well.
He's still playing well. Good. I love it.
All right. Next question is coming from Archie.
Archie
Says, where can I learn to improve my channel through better skills? I pay HP SmartFriend for malware, general how-tos, and tips, but they don't help with this kind of thing much, if at all.
Like a
He
YouTube
wants
channel?
to improve his... Yeah, it sounds like it. Says he wants to improve his channel through better skills.
Got it.
Well, I think I know what Evan will say, because we kind of just touched on it in the last question. You got to keep practicing. Practicing really is how you get better. I don't know if you're in a business too that requires a certain level of, some people want to be really professional on camera because maybe that's what their business requires. But I don't know. I even see on some of these really high level businesses, like their YouTube channels are just, they're nothing fancy, so I think you can just focus on making more videos, and that's kind of the best way to get better.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think the quantity leads to the quality. So practice will help you get better. I agree. I think you also need to learn what the right thing to practice is. So practicing the wrong thing will make you really good at doing that wrong thing. So this is where modeling success comes in. This is where, like, when I was in my first business, I was doing a ton of work. I was working hard. I was doing my practice, but I still wasn't getting results. And then by modeling success, I started getting more results too. So just making sure that you're practicing the right things as well as just flat out practicing. For me, I would look at who are some people in your industry, or what specific skills do you want to learn more of to be better at. Team is dying.
Just forfeit. This is so boring.
Team is dying. Yeah, what skills do you want to get better at? What do you want to learn? Like, do you want to be a better speaker? Okay, who's your favorite speaker, and what can you learn from them? Are you going to study Tony Robbins or Les Brown? I worked with a media coach for a while to help me improve my skills. I found it super helpful and important, to the point where now I also have my people on my Toronto Dance Salsa team. Boom! I just got a kill. Pretty excited about that. Meet with this person once a month. I have somebody meet with her so that she can help them train as well, and she helps people connect. And most people who hire her use her for connecting in the media, being a better speaker. But I also want my team who teach salsa to go off and learn from her as well and get better. Because it's still a skill of being able to connect with people when you're at the front of a room. So I think understanding what are the skills that you want to learn, that you need to get better at. Whether it's technical editing skills, there's channels just on that you can learn from. Whether it's speaking skills, there's channels just on that. Ideally, there's two ways of learning that I find helpful. One is a lot harder than the other one. The one that's easy is when people lay it out for you. When people say, okay, you want to learn Photoshop? Here are the things that you need to do in Photoshop. You want to learn confidence? Here are the things that you need to do to be confident. Where it's kind of laid out for you and there's a map. The harder one is learned by observation, where you can look at an Elon Musk who will never tell you how to be visionary or how to be confident or how to have faith in your ideas. He won't spell that out for you and say, here's how you do it. But you can learn by watching him if you pay attention. And so there's a lot more of that available if you can learn to figure out from watching and observation skills what makes somebody good at what they're doing. So it's just, again, understanding the skills that you want to learn, and then finding people who have those skills, modeling them, learning from them, and then putting in the practice. Putting in the practice.
Great.
That's what I got. I'm under attack. Oh, I died. Very sad.
Alrighty. So our next question comes from Karashay. It says, hey, Evan, your videos are very resourceful. I'm learning a lot. Question, can you patent an idea more like a program?
Can you patent an
Right.
idea for a program?
She says in parentheses, more like a program. So it sounds like she has an idea for a program. She's wondering, can you patent a program?
Like a computer program?
That is not clear.
Okay.
So I'd say if it was not a computer program, like if it was like a program as if, meaning a course or something on that line, it would be difficult. But that is definitely a nuance of patenting that I'm not familiar with. Computer program, Evan, have you seen anything like that?
You can patent. You can Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna die so hard. It's hard to like the thing with software patents is if you change a line of code, then you're screwed, right? Like somebody can copy you and do what they want to do, and so a software patent doesn't really mean anything. The only reason to get a software patent is if you are trying to get capital or get bought out, because sometimes intellectual property there becomes important. So to show that, hey, your code is so valuable that patents have been approved on it. But otherwise, it's not really worth it. And the best thing to do is just keep grinding, just keep making it better, just keep making new code. So if you have speculation on it, like you think it's worth doing, that there's enough, and you are trying to get venture capital, and you want to get bought out by a big company, then go talk to a patent lawyer and see. It'll be your best bet.
Nice. So, we got time for more?
Yeah.
Great. Our next question comes from, excuse me, Zaro. And here is Zaro's comment. Hi. Good.
Hi, welcome. Hi back. I love it. The friendly hi. Friendly Zaro. Your friendly neighborhood Zaro
Yeah.
is just saying hi. I like it.
Yep, absolutely. So Tahandra is our next question, and this looks like it's a follow-up question from a previous message that she got earlier. She says, I think that was this week. Thanks for replying to my message earlier. From your advice, I got some ideas. Sorry, my earlier message made you confused. I'm kind of an introverted guy. Often I am out of topics when I talk to new friends and strangers. In various situations, I'm a bit scared while approaching someone. Don't know why. I need help and some tips on improving my self-confidence, speaking skills, fear of failure, etc. Thanks for your time. Oh, I like that. I like it when people come and then they come and they feel encouraged and kind of start coming out of their shell. And I just think that I'm glad, Tahandra, that you got your question answered and that you are encouraged by that and that you're even sharing more about yourself. So that's super cool. So fear of approaching someone, self-confidence, speaking skills, fear of failure. Lots of fears, for sure, and not uncommon for a lot of people to feel that way. I think one of the things that I've seen, Tahandra, is, this doesn't address maybe every single one of those fears, but I've seen that when you surround yourself with people that value who you are just for you. You tend to, the confidence comes because you're in an environment and around people who value you regardless of your fears or flaws and inabilities. And so I know that you've got a lot of different fears, like speaking skills and fear of failure and confidence. I would start with just, trying to surround yourself with people who you feel confident and safe around to be able to grow in self-confidence. I think that helps. Your friends or your teachers or mentors, people that really believe in you, I think that goes a very long way. And it's kind of like a practical first step. Evan, what do you think?
The list was confidence and speaking skills. And what else?
Yeah, so he gets scared approaching people, needs help improving self-confidence, speaking skills, fear of failure. So a lot of issues of like self-esteem and how that, social, maybe some social anxiety, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think one, just having awareness of it is a great start. I think awareness is the first step to solving any of the limiting beliefs that you have. So if you're aware that you're not confident, if you're aware that you feel like you lack in a certain area, you are aware that you're holding yourself back in some specific area of your life, I think that's the first step to actually getting better. So that's really good. I would say on top of I think we had a similar kind of question yesterday. On top of reading the how-tos and watching the videos and getting specific answers to questions, I think to just if you want to learn Japanese, the fastest way to do it is to go to Japan. Right? Yes, you can learn from the books, and yes, you can pay for Skype conversations or whatever it is that you're going to do. But the fastest way to do it is immersion. Is to go to Japan. Is to be surrounded by Japanese people, and to have almost no other choice. So if you wanted to be more confident, then I would encourage you to create an environment that makes you feel confident, where you're watching videos of people who are confident, not telling you how to be confident, but who are actually confident and embodying confidence. So as an example, I was having a conversation with someone the other day who has a small little thing on her face that she's kind of upset about, and she feels worried by, and makes her self-conscious that she has this thing on her face. And it's not really a huge deal, but she feels it's a huge deal, and she's always super self-conscious about it. And so you can say all you want, like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But a thing that can really help her is to be surrounded by people who have similar things and how they own it. So, Cindy Crawford, who had the mole on her face and she hated it at the start, and then it became her signature thing. It's how she became known, and she's so glad that she didn't get it removed like she wanted to at the start. Or people who have a big gap in their teeth, and like they own it, right? So watching and being around those people and seeing how they deal with those things can really help you. And trying to find those people whose message you really like and just being around it more often. So I do it too. Like I'm a fan of Howard Schultz. I love his stuff. I love the way he thinks and acts and how he built Starbucks. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, right? Like, if you want to follow Gary Vaynerchuk and get his thoughts, he has a YouTube channel. You can follow him along and you can see what he's up to. And you follow him in his daily routine, because he has a daily vlog too, right? There aren't that many people that have that. So, Howard doesn't have his own YouTube channel. doesn't have a blog, doesn't tweet, like there's no way to follow what he's doing. So I put a YouTube search in, a news alert for videos that lets me follow anytime Howard does a new interview. And so I learn from him every time there's a new interview that comes out. And I just gain a greater appreciation, some more of how his thinking has evolved kind of rubs off onto me. And it's not that you need to copy and model everything from somebody, but it's something that I appreciate in how he does his work. And so, you know, every couple days there's a new video for me to watch of a new interview that he's done, and every time I learn a little bit more from it, and I feel like it makes me a better leader. I killed Ash. It's amazing. So I think that's important. And so you need to do the thing that, for you, what you want to model, what you want to learn, go do that and create that environment. Oh, we're doing Dragon. I missed it. Sorry, guys. And I think that can work for everybody. I think most people only do the how-tos and only do the step-by-step, and they massively disrespect the importance that environment plays into all of this, where you need to create that environment to help you. So if you want to learn Japanese, go to Japan. You want to learn to be confident, surround yourself with confidence, and it'll seep into you. That's what I got.
Great. Alrighty, looks like this game is...
It's a long game, but we're getting some pressure. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're in their base, so it's good. We've been doing some work. Timo's getting strong. We'll see. It's still tight. It could go either way. We just lost 2 people on our team, so who knows what's gonna happen.
Cool beans. Okie dokie. Next question is coming from. This is. Oops. Sorry, freezing up a little bit here.
Okay.
From Batul.
Batul.
Batul is asking, Dear Mr. Carmichael, hope this message finds you in the best of health. I'm here to say that I have done research in marketing. It is like innovation in marketing. I have been working on it for 2 years, but I'm confused where to publish it. I've seen your videos and have realized that you might help me for this issue. Hope you will consider that I need your help. Sincerely, Batul.
Oh no.
So, oh, sorry.
Nice.
I thought Jay was saying something, but I think
No. Jay just made a crazy play. No, he made a crazy play. He made a crazy play. Yeah, he stole something from the other guys. So he did. Good job, Jay. He died for it, but he made a crazy play. But I didn't want to interrupt hearing the question too. So he wants to publish something.
Yeah.
And doesn't know where to publish
and it's in marketing, innovative marketing idea.
Did we not do this yesterday? I feel like we did this one. Did we not?
Feels like it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's say okay. Maybe we did. Maybe I just read it or something. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you read it. Yeah, I haven't seen this question before.
Okay, perfect.
So, in terms of publishing, there's so many ways you could publish. I think it would just depend on, are you wanting to do online publishing, or is this something that you want to put in book form? So there's just so many ways that you could publish. Are you wanting this to be available through, YouTube channel, or a online business, or again, I think there's a lot of ways this could go. That's all I got.
Yeah, so if it's a paper, then you're looking at like who are the thought leaders, who's putting this stuff out there. Like any scientist, when they're doing their experiments and they come up with a conclusion, they want to get it published in a major paper or journal. I think even if you publish it on your own and you don't get somebody major to do it, and you probably know who the major people are already in your industry, I think it's important that you do some promotion around it. You have to get it out there and let people know what you're doing. Oh, I think we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose.
Oh, no.
We're gonna lose. Very sad. Very sad. GG.
Makes total sense to me.
Very sad. It was a close game though. We almost had it. We had two of their. We were in their base. Anyway, let me give a GG here to these guys. GG, well play all. Yeah, you gotta be active on promoting it too. So like I have a book with a major publisher, Penguin Random House. Now maybe you're not reading a book, but you need to do the work to get it out. You need to promote it. You need to do interviews. So that can be part of the potential opportunity as well. Like the reason why I got a deal with Penguin Random House was because of the audience that I have. As a first-time author, you don't usually get deals with advances from publishers unless you have some major audience. And so if you're doing work to promote it, think about the influencers, think about the YouTubers, think about the Instagrammers, think about the bloggers, the journalists and reporters who cover this space, and give them a taste and let them know where they can find the full paper. And that is marketing that you can bring to the publisher, whoever's going to be creating this thing for you, to say, look, all these people are interested in doing it, and that will hopefully help you get a better deal. People are looking for content. If you had some amazing thing for entrepreneurs, I'm interested. I want to learn more. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. And so there are the me's in every industry where if you connect with those guys, you'll be able to have more success. So I'm excited. Good luck.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Well, I have to still eat and drink all this stuff that's in front of me. I'm excited about that. How are we gonna wrap it up, Rishi? The Rishi, we need the Rishi ribbon. The Rishi ribbon.
It's so funny.
We gotta call it something. Rishi ribbon.
Tie a bow at the end of
Tie a
every...
bow. The Rishi bow. Rishi bow. Rish. We'll figure it out.
As long as it's a pink bow.
Pink bow. Rishi's pink bow. Okay, what is Rishi's?
The Rishi wrap-up.
Rishi wrap up? Rishi wrap up? That's not bad. Rishi wrap up. Rishi wrap up.
They always.
What you got, Rishi?
Wrap up. I love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, today there was, we got through a lot of questions today, and all coming from different places, but it continues to, I think, come down. What I keep saying is it keeps coming down to how much confidence is, you have to deal with the confidence part, because you can have all these great ideas and want to do these great things, but when we're feeling scared and not confident, it can hinder us. So feeling it, and make sure you are hanging around people that just see your value, see your worth, and continue to believe.
All right. Wow, I love it. Okay, Rishi wrap up. Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. Have an awesome rest of your Friday. That's it for the live streams for us today. We're going to get to work and do some amazing stuff here, so you guys go out and crush whatever your projects are today. We hope that you continue to believe in yourselves and cup and rise, and whatever your one word is. Much love. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.